The call came in just after sunset. Tony was outside doing push-ups on a yoga ball made of solid oak. Jesse was applying essential oils to his eyebrows. The message? Madame Vellum's Wax Museum. Mannequins won't stay put. Bring bleach and hairspray. Jesse raised an eyebrow. A wax museum? Haunted mannequins? That's not scary. Tony nodded solemnly. Until the wax starts melting uphill. They loaded the van. A 1,000-watt boom box. 2 canisters of citrus exorcism mist. Jesse's emergency hair comb. Tony's backup mop, named Brenda. Then they drove. Into the dark. Madame Vellum's stood at the edge of town like a forgotten promise. Tall, crooked, and lit from within by a sickly yellow glow. Inside, rows of perfectly preserved wax figures. Politicians, pop stars, a few that looked suspiciously like Jesse, but wrong. Office. Do not separate, Tony muttered as they entered. The door slammed behind them. The lights flickered. A wax butler bowed deeply and whispered, "They remember being touched." Jesse sprayed him in the face with detangler and walked on. In the Hall of Legends, things got weirder. One wax figure, an Elvis, blinked. Another, Abraham Lincoln, breathed. Tony smashed Honest Abe with a mop handle. "You weren't that tall in real life," he muttered. Suddenly, the wax Michael Jackson moonwalked off his pedestal and said, "You can't clean what's immortal, boys," Jesse snapped. He dropped the mop. He dropped the beat. "I don't care if you moonwalk, wax clone freak. I'll clean this floor while your knees go weak. My mousse is holy, my fade is divine. You melt under pressure. I wax poetic with shine." Michael combusted. A dozen other figures began to melt in reverse, rebuilding into monstrous versions of themselves. Then the walls spoke. A voice, cold, elegant. "Who dares scrub Madame Vellum's legacy?" From the center of the museum descended Madame Vellum herself, half woman, half candle, draped in cobwebs and formaldehyde. Her head was a melting masterpiece. Her eyebrows were drawn on with ancient mascara. She pointed at Jesse. "You, pretty boy, your hair threatens my reign." Jesse gasped. "You jealous wax demon!" She screamed. "I was the first to style." The mannequins lunged. Tony exploded into action, flexing so hard the air popped. Every bicep ripple launched a cleaning product. Bottles of cursed Febreze soared through the air like missiles. Jesse pulled out the comb, the sacred one, solid platinum, forged in the fires of a high-end salon. "Time to trim the excess," he said. He leapt into the air, spinning, and unleashed the hurricane, a tornado of wrap, product, and mirror shards. "I'm the cut that ends the curse, the shampoo god with a cleansing verse. You're 80% wax, 20% fear. Now melt away when the stylist's near." Madame Vellum shrieked and melted upward, screaming about bangs and broken dreams. The wax crumbled, the mannequins collapsed. The museum fell silent, clean. In the parking lot, Tony wiped sweat off with a torn curtain. Jesse, sunglasses now glowing faintly from holy conditioner, whispered, "Tony, was my hair okay?" Tony gave him a nod. "Bro, your fade scared a ghost." The phone buzzed again. Next job, a cursed theme park. No working rides, only clowns that remember too much. Jesse slid his comb back into his holster. "I've always hated clowns." Tony cracked his knuckles. "Time to make the funhouse cry." They drove off into the night, boombox still playing. The wind blew just right. Their hair? Flawless.